Roust them up.
The pheasant opener was a classic scene of beauty in the fields as the sun broke over the horizon and the dry grass glistened with frost. These fields in Clinton County have produced hundreds of pheasants over the years, but in the past 10, roosters have been more difficult to come by. Duchess is a year-old lab that doesn't have a lot of experience with pheasants, but she was eager to learn. 5 minutes into the first field, we found what we were looking for.
That's that. Whoa, that was quick. I'll be darned.
With an all-time low pheasant population of the past decade, we didn't know if this was a good sign or if it would be the last rooster we'd flush.
Well, that was quick action. Oh, yeah. Come on, dude. Right here. There we go. Well, what do you think, guys? Huh?
The king has killed his bird.
Yep.
Right.
How about that?
Is that a bird, huh?
Boy, that's pretty. Regular ringneck. Well, that was tight right in front of me.
That's what you want him.
Yeah. Easy. Almost too easy. But for the many fruitless hours we had put in the years past, we didn't mind an easy bird on October 20th, 1991. The rooster in the game bag was a traditional ring-necked pheasant, not the new Sichuan variety the DNR is trying to propagate. Most Sichuan areas are closed to pheasant hunting to give this new strain a chance to take hold. But in the meantime, our old ringnecks in many areas are experiencing an upturn. Not a huge upturn, but many hunters report seeing a few more birds than in past years. The big change in pheasant hunting over the past 20 years is where you have to tromp to flush the modern ringneck. Ronnie Underhill and Duchess are plowing through some typical canary grass cover. My hunting buddy Tim Farragon has hunted pheasants since he was a little farm boy, and he's seen these birds change their habits over the years.
Bird!
To our amazement, we hadn't been hunting 20 minutes and a second rooster is in the game bag. Action like this is reminiscent of those good old days, except you were more likely to get multiple flushes, not singles like we find today.
Good shot, Tim.
Thank you. Thank you.
At this rate, we'd limit out in an hour, but chances were it was the early morning cold, the frost, the conditions that were holding the pheasants tight. When the frost melts, the birds will probably head for the farm fields to feed. Having 2 labs working with 4 hunters is a big help in combing the roosting cover where the birds are found at daybreak. Labradors don't point, but they do get excited when they smell a pheasant at close range.
Oh, hen!
Hens are not legal game because they make the nests, and in most states, hen pheasants are totally protected.
I'll tell you what, these birds are in here. You can see how that one was behind us. Ron had already walked past. You already walked past that one, Ron.
Yeah.
Old Duchess works these birds well.
Not too bad for a year old.
No kidding.
Some dogs take to pheasant hunting, some don't, but Duchess looks promising. It's fun to watch a good dog at work.
You didn't have me on camera shooting both of them, did you? There you go, hen.
Did you see that hen bust through that thick grass? I got to admit, it startled me. Watch it in slow motion. It's amazing the way they launch themselves through this thick cover. Let's look at that explosion again. Nobody ever gets to see this except on slow motion videotape.
There you go, hen. Oh. Boy, that baby. That flushed out right here. I mean, 4 feet away. Whoa! That's a pumper. Should be more right in here.
Where you find hens or roosters holding in thick cover at this time of morning, it's worth it to go back and forth over that same cover at least a second time. If the birds are holding tight, they'll let you walk by at least once. Duchess is definitely birdie. There's either a pheasant close by or it was here very recently within a matter of minutes. We have 2 dogs working this cover. Brandy is the black lab. Bob Voisinette hunts with Brandy quite a bit. Now, she's a good dog, but both Brandy and Bob are used to a sort of a brisk pace. They cover lots of ground. Here's where my opening day ends.
There you go. Good job. Oh.
You get him, Fred?
Yep. What a way to finish the hunt. Oh, another one? That's a hand. No,
That's a rooster. Let's do dogs up there.
Well, we didn't expect this much pheasant action. It was a great surprise.
Well, thank you, Ronnie. Yeah, that is a nice bird. It's a little older, too.
Most of the roosters that are taken by hunters are young of the year. Their spurs are blunt. But this rooster was a year older than the average and had longer, extremely sharp spurs.
How about that? Well, that's how you end the pheasant opening day. John, you gonna hunt?
Okay.
I'll take the camera.
Well, I got my limit in less than an hour on opening day. So John takes up the 12 gauge, and me, I had my finger on the camera trigger. It was kind of fun for a change. But it would be especially fun if I could be behind John when a rooster gets up so I could capture it all on tape. But, you know, how much luck can you hope for in one day?
Oh, there goes 2 more right there.
Whoa!
We got it.
John!
I don't know if I can take credit for that one. I'll take credit for it.
You can take credit for it. Get it, Brandy.
Bob Voisinette lets Brandy sniff that rooster, give her a snootful of that odor she searches so diligently for in the weeds. Instead of the camera, John now carries the birds.
John, you're looking good.
You're looking good. Yeah, I look good. That was fun. That was incredible.
It was an incredible opening morning, certainly not expected to get such fast action and get most of it on tape. In 3 hours, 4 of us had 5 roosters. We saw more roosters than hens, which was unusual, but let's hope that that means Michigan's ringnecks are on the upswing.